Hi everyone. How's everybody doing? Oh gosh, I need to be sleeping. I can't sleep. I took my medicine and usually it'll help my brain relax enough to I'll take it and then I'll play some games on my phone or watch a couple YouTubers that I like to watch, and it'll help my brain relax enough with the medicine that I'm able to doze off for at least a couple hours. It's not happening tonight. If I miss that window of opportunity, I'm up. And it sucks. Listen to me, I'm yawning, but I can't sleep. I can't shut my brain off. There's so much on my mind. Wondering not worried, just wondering what my ultrasound results will say. And then he'll probably schedule me for my third set of biopsies. Very painful, by the way. When they can go right in and retrieve the fluid, it's just super uncomfortable. But some of the nodules are situated in such a way, it's almost like they have to dig with that big, huge, long needle. And then they poke in it, because they gotta break through the capsule. So they'll poke, and then they draw the fluid out. And that's what they send in. I guess I'm more just curious, what all that will be. And I go tomorrow, no, not tomorrow, God, Thursday, to get my pelvic results from my gynecologist. It looked kind of like a little mass or something on the screen when I had it done, but it's probably just one of those enormous fibroids that I have, which is a huge reason why I'm having my uterus removed. I have an enlarged uterus. He said it's bigger than what it should be. So I guess it just didn't want to shrink back down. And I have a ton of fibroids. I guess some of them are really big. I had surgery where you go in and they burn or freeze the lining of your uterus, and it was supposed to help stop or slow down my period. 80% success rate, and of course, it's me. I'm not saying that in a bad way. I'm just saying I'm always, and it goes with my personality, so go figure. I'm one of the oddballs, I was one of the 20% it didn't take. And I also take Prevera, I think for the last year off and on, when I start my menstruals. It's supposed to help cut it down, the time down. And it's supposed to help with the flow, which, not a whole lot. Doesn't drastically cut the time down either. Because I'll bleed for sometimes up to 2 weeks. To the point of it can be considered hemorrhaging. and I get really anemic. And I'm supposed to take iron, and I forget to. I have so many other pills. So many other meds I'm supposed to take. So I end up forgetting the iron. And then I found a place. I signed the paperwork. I found a place in Tennessee. I signed the paperwork. It was all ready to go, right? As far as paperwork-wise. And then a couple of days go by, I don't hear from the guy. And then he text messages me. Guess what? I've got terrible news. The city demolished the house. So now it's just the property. I'm like, okay, well, that's fine. You know, and the price will go down, right? Because there's not a house to refurbish. Apparently, the house must have needed more work than what I was thinking or what he was saying. He had mentioned something about there were some issues with the house not meeting city codes. So, because they didn't take care of it, because I don't know. Probably because they didn't take care of it, the city's like, well, it's gone. So I'm like, well, I'll just buy the property. I like the area, checked in everything, school, hospitals, fishing, the whole 9 yards. And then he sends me some pictures, and the lot is really clean. It looks nice. It's like 0.82 acres, 0.87. I was like, no, look at it. It looks so nice now. We might have to charge more. I'm like, seriously? Are you really being serious? So then we were going to go ahead and go for it. He said he was going to talk to his boss, try to get the price down a little bit. And I said, well, I'm still into it. So anyway, I haven't heard back from him. He's kind of slow responding sometimes. He owns like 300 or 600 different properties, so he's a busy man. And then I checked on this other house, and it's like 2 hours, little north and east of this other one. And this house needs a little bit of work. It's a cute spot. Very tiny town. A little bit more commuting to get places. But, so the guy, I guess, I forget how I've been checking on so many houses. So much going on. I forget exactly what happened. But he just kind of disappeared and I didn't hear from him. Like, whatever, I'm back to looking again. So, and then he text messages me out of the blue and he's like, are you still interested? I'm like, well, remind me what place it is. He's like, it's the one with the great big red barn that you have to drive through to get to the house. I'm like, yeah. And then he's like, well, give me your email and contact the attorney's office and send them a check for the 10 grand down. And I'm like, whoa, wait a minute. So I looked up the attorney's office. It is legit. I emailed the paralegal. She's like, he's got to write up a contract first. I'm like, yeah, well, that's what I was thinking, of course. So I contacted him. I'm like, you need to go to a title company and have it legally drawn up. I'm not going to just send my money off to some attorney without a legal binding contract in place. And the attorney's office doesn't do that. So now I'm in holding pattern on that one. So I keep continuing to look for a place. It's just so frustrating. It's like I knew my landlord wanted to sell this place, but she didn't even give me a heads up. She's like, right around Thanksgiving, she's like, oh, I'm putting the house up for sale. Surprise! It's like, okay, I got all this medical shit going on, and, I gotta switch hands, and, I got surgery coming up. I go for the consultation December 2nd, I think. And then they'll start the process of all the pre-op stuff and yada yada. I got all this shit going on. I got my finals coming up for my classes. And I had to register for classes for the springtime. And, oh yeah, it sounds like I could fall right to sleep, but I can't. My brain will just not stop. And I haven't been taking one of my nighttime meds, so that doesn't help. You know, people don't understand any kind of mental illness unless they experience it themselves. I mean, you can't expect a person to understand it either because they don't know. But the thing about mental illness is you can't always see it. And sometimes you can, quote unquote, fake that you have a diagnosis, that you have a condition. You can learn to fake, in quotations, how you're feeling. Because after a certain point, it gets old for people to always hear how you're feeling. They can't fix it. And you can't really fix it. I mean, you can to an extent. The meds, like I said before in my videos, it's not a cure-all. I've been on so many different meds. A couple I'm still on from the beginning, but he's trying to find the right mixture. And sometimes that doesn't work because they make my mind worse. And anyway, so trying to get through this as the person I am now is really, really hard. Versus the person I was prior to being diagnosed with PTSD. I mean, here's an example. The moving part. We'll use that as an example. Just the moving wouldn't be such a huge deal for me because I was always on the go. And I don't think the moving would have bothered me as much. But now I really need safety and security and something solid more than ever. Familiarity. So moving is scaring the crap out of me. I think, I'm pretty sure once I'm there and I'm settled in, I'll be okay. It's scaring me, I'll be honest. I'm not like I once was, and it's very frustrating. And I have issues with anger. I cuss a lot, more than I did. I just get so friggin' mad. I get mad at myself. I get mad at situations. I get mad that this happened. But anyway, so I got all that going on. Oh, and so the school, I had to take 2 classes that I didn't necessarily need right now. I was just going to focus, I think I have 6 or 7, psychology classes left. And then I should be pretty close to getting my AA degree. Then I can move on to getting my bachelor's degree. But the rest of the psychology classes, you have to go into the school. Well, I can't very well do that if I'm going to be moving. So I have to stick with online classes. So, I'm sorry, girl. Kai's down at my feet, and she's jumping around. She just stood up, grumbled at me, looked at me like, Mommy, shut the fuck up. It's sleep time. And then she flopped back down. This poor dog, I feel for her. I flip and flop and probably kick her 20 times a night. And it's like I don't not only have a hard time sleeping for more than like an hour increment or 2-hour increments that I'm awake. I toss and it freaking turns so bad. I'll wake up in the morning, my sheets are pulled off my mattress. There's sometimes pillows. I sleep with like 4 or 5 pillows. 2 or 3 pillows on the floor, blanket on the floor, sheet off the bed. My daughter's like, what the hell do you do? You're supposed to be sleeping. But I have really bad dreams some nights. That and just waking up and then I can't get comfortable. So I tear shit up. And my poor dog has to deal with it. But anyways, oh yeah, so back to having mental illness, any mental illness. First thing that makes it hard is sometimes people can't tell that you have it. It's not like, a broken arm or something I can visually see. And you learn over time coping mechanisms. And they're not always good ones. You're just trying to survive day to day, like everybody. Except for you, it might be a little bit harder. And then you're given a bunch of different medications. Sometimes they work to an extent. Sometimes they don't work. And you just get so frustrated with yourself. It's like, what the hell's wrong with me? Especially when it's like what I have. And you remember the person you used to be. It causes a lot of flippin' anger. I can't speak for somebody that has a mental illness that they've lived with their whole life. But I'm sure they probably get angry too, because they compare themselves to how other people are, and that must be frustrating. So I can only speak for myself, and I get angry. I get angry that it happened, and then I feel guilty, right? Because it's like, well, you survived for a reason, and you should be thankful for that. But there's a part of me that feels guilty for it. It's a constant battle. Constant mental battle. And I try not to replay that moment in my mind. But when it pops up, there's so many unanswered questions. And then I start questioning, and I want to know, why did it happen? What could I have done to make it different? Maybe I did everything I could possibly do. Maybe there's no more that I could have done to change the outcome. But it's like, in my brain, there has to have been something I could have done to have prevented it. And the guilt and the anger, and everybody says, well, there shouldn't be any guilt. You did nothing wrong. Okay, well, tell that to my brain, because my brain's not listening. I have so much guilt. I feel like I don't even have the right to be happy or to do anything, because that other person can't do anything anymore. And I don't know. I'll make more videos on this, because I could just go on and on and on. And I know there's other people out there that have PTSD. And one thing I want to say is, I have utmost respect for our military. I can't even begin to imagine what they endure. I can't. But people need to also understand PTSD isn't just an illness that affects our military. It affects people that have been, anybody that has been in a traumatic situation. And your brain just snaps. It can't handle it. I think for myself, because I survived a lot of horrible things throughout my life. A lot of traumatic things have happened, and that's a whole nother story for another video. And I carried it with me, and it affected me. But I think this was just icing on the cake. And I think because all those traumatic experiences only affected me, I didn't snap. This didn't just affect me. It affected another human. And I feel responsible for that. And I just snapped. And I don't think I will ever be the person I was before. I will learn to cope with who I am now the best I can. And maybe in a way that's good. I don't know. I always tell my kids, There's a reason why everything happens. And I haven't found my reason yet. I did for like a year before the accident. I was hearing a lot about PTSD in the military. And I thought, wow, I wish I could understand. Seriously, I honestly said this. And it's kind of freaky actually, because I said it several times to myself. I wish I knew what they were going through. I wish I knew how to help them. And at the same time, for the last year driving, I would say, I think I'm done driving. I've driven 14 years, but I don't know what else what am I going to do? I can go back to working in the medical field. And I guess my maker said, okay, you want to know what it's like? I'm going to give you a chance to know what it's like. You're going to survive. You're going to experience a broken rib, head trauma, which I believe also causes some of my memory problems, my concentration, and my difficulty in school. I was bashed in the head pretty hard. And you're going to go through this, but you're going to survive. And you're going to know what it's like. And at the same time, it'll get you out of driving. Because I know you want to stop. But I also know, because I'm your maker, that you're not going to stop. Because you want to keep working, you want to keep driving. So, now I've been put in a position where I do know. I don't completely know, because there's different reasons why people end up with PTSD. Different scenarios, different things they've gone through. So some of those things I won't be able to relate to. But a lot of things I will. And I just take one day at a time. I may talk about the future plans, but I can really only focus on more immediate time frames. And maybe one day I will be a psychologist. I'll finish school and I can help people. And I'll not just have the book learnings, but the unfortunate benefit of knowing what it feels like. So, anywho, if there's anybody out there that's struggling with my condition or stress, which I also have, which is also a symptom of it, I've always been a very stressed person, but now it's like 5 times more. I know what it's like to be depressed. I've been depressed before this ever happened, but not to this severity. One time I was, but that's because I was on pain medication for back injury from work. Not from trucking, it was from the medical field. And I think my body was starting to get addicted to it. And I took the whole bottle and abruptly just flushed them down the toilet. I know I hear since then they say not to flush your pills down the toilet. But anyway, you're not supposed to abruptly stop a lot of medications. You're supposed to wean yourself off. So I went through about, I don't know, 2 or 3 months of severe depression. So my body was like, what the hell? I get, where's that medicine? But I've never gone through it like this. It's different. It's just different. So if anybody out there is going through anxiety, stress, depression, fear, memory problems, guilt, anger, feeling like you're just not worthy, any of those things, always feel welcome to comment down below my video. Scroll all the way down and you'll see a comment section. And you can talk to me about what you're going through or ask me questions. If I can answer them, I will. If I can't, obviously I can't. But I've rambled on now for going on 32 minutes. I think that's enough. I'm still not ready to go to sleep, but I will tell you all good night and have a wonderful Wednesday. And I'll do another video kind of like this, touch on some of these issues again. But until then, see ya. Bye-bye.